Okay, can you hear me now? You should be able to hear me. Okay. All right, so continuing on, we have our photopolymer stamp sets, and these are the sentiments that we have in our set. And the coordinating colors for this month's kit are basic black, darling duckling. So we have our basic black here in our stickers with our darling duckling. And then we have some hydrangea hue. We have some melon mambo in our flower and old olive. And then again, timid tiger on the flowers here, and then also in our ink. Okay, so we're going to get started. All right. All right, so I'm going to start with card number 1. And again, I'm going to bring this camera up just a little bit. It just seems so close. All right, so card number 1, we are going to use the card base here. That's the one that kind of folds. You can see the cutouts here. So we're going to fold that there and fold that there. Okay. All right. Then we're going to flip that over, and I'm going to get I'm not sure what design this is. What do you guys think this is called? It reminds me of tic-tac-toe that you would, draw. So let me know what your thoughts are. I'm going to bring this in my piercing mat so that I can get a good imprint on my stamp. Okay, so we're going to take our card, and the wider part is going to be on the bottom, where we're going to stamp this 3 different times. Okay? All right, let's see what we can do here. I'm just going to kind of do this randomly. All right, so we've got that. And then we are supposed, I'm going to put this aside for just a minute, and I'm going to bring in this row of flower stems and leaves. Now, this is really pretty in person. Oh God, you guys can't see. A second here. Excuse me. Okay, so we have this row of flower stems and leaves. It's really pretty in person. And it reminds me of a row of corn, like corn stalks. And Stampin' Up! Has a new, I believe it's an online exclusive stamp set that has a scarecrow in it. And I can just see this as part of a, like maybe a fall card. Because again, it does remind me of, like these could be corn on here. So here's a corn. Anyway, we have this row of flower leaves and stems. We're going to flip that over. And we're going to want to use our adhesive dots here. And we don't put one on the back of every leaf, but we're just going to do it to the right ones here, it looks like. And I'm just kind of randomly putting them on here. Doesn't want to stay though. Okay. Okay. All right, so we've got those on there. We're also going to, let me see if I have a smaller. also going to use with this card number 1 the sentiment that reads, hugs and wishes. Okay, so we've got that on there, and we're going to use our labels on here. Bring in our ink pad. I don't think you can ever have too many birthday cards. Would you agree? Hugs and wishes. So we've got that one. And then we're going to do one that says it's your day. So let me clean up my stamp here. We're going to swap this out for it's your day. I like that Stampin' Up! Has an outline here so that you can see where the stamp is to be returned to its home base. So I do like that. And we're looking for it's your day. Okay. And we'll grab my other label. Alright, so we've got both of those. And if you didn't know, if you're not a current Paper Pumpkin subscriber, Stampin' Up! Has a new promotion that's going on, and it's running through August 10th, where if you're a first-time Paper Pumpkin subscriber and you purchase a pay-as-you-go subscription, you will get 25% off. So I think that's pretty cool. Alright, yeah, here's my stamps. Okay. I've lost a stamp here. Don't know about that. Looks like I'm missing a stamp on here, so I don't remember seeing that, but maybe it is on the backing. Okay. We're going to keep moving. All right. So now we've got the adhesive on the back of these. We need to do that for our, we're going to flip it like this and use some tear and tape. And we'll put a couple of strips on here. I love the tear and tape. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but if you've never used it, it's great tape. It's double-sided tape, and it is wonderful. Okay, so we've got that done. And then it looks like we want to put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of our labels. So let's do that. Our ink is dried, I'm sure. Let's see, does it matter? Nope, it doesn't matter which one has how many adhesives. So we're going to put those on here. I kind of break them in half here. Just kind of break them to get them a little bit easier to remove. And they want to stick to me. I'm just going to put 3 across the back. Have any of you checked out the new July online exclusives by Stampin' Up? Oh my gosh. There is something there for everyone, I think. There's already some seasonal stamp sets and collections for fall and Christmas. Some people like to start Christmas in July. Last year I did do a card class, Christmas in July theme. This year I did not. Had a lot of other things going on, so I couldn't do that. Okay, so now we're going to take our flowers. We've got that done. Let's grab our flowers. And it looks like these are all getting, now it's kind of hard to tell. It looks like they're all getting Stampin' Dimensionals to me. So let's just go for it, I guess, huh? right. Oh, you know what? I wonder if before we do that, nope, I think we're okay. Just thinking out loud of what I need to do, but I'm going to do it as they show it here in the instructions. And then maybe on the next go around we'll decide we don't like it. And we'll want to do it our own way. Okay. So we've got all that done. Okay, so I'm going to move this aside for just a minute. Let's close up the ink so I don't drop something in it. Okay, where's my card base? Here it is. Okay, so I think how this is going to work. So this must be on the front. Let's see how we do this here. I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? I think we're supposed to do it like this. Okay, that's it. Okay. Took me a moment, folks. All right, let's peel this back. I think the first card that you do of each design is like an experiment. By the time you get them all done, you've figured out what you're supposed to do. And we're just going to do right about so. Okay. All right, then we've got our row of leaves, as I call them. And we're going to just pop these backings off if we can. All right. Gonna flip this around here and put these at the bottom. Okay. Now let's see. It looks, I'm going to try to do these in the order that they show in the picture. We will see how we do. Okay. Looks like this one goes first. And then this one that's kind of a little bit thinner petal. It's really a cute little design, I think. And then I think we want this little pink one. And the last one, all right, so we've got our flowers attached. Then I think we want our sticker that reads birthday. So let's find that. Find it in English first. Okay. And I'm just gonna make sure you get that little inside piece cut out. There we go. And I'm gonna try to just put it like so. All right. And then we're gonna find our label that reads "It's Your Day." No, I think, wait, hold up. Hugs and Wishes goes on the front. Okay, so we're going to put Hugs and Wishes in here. Take off our backings. This is a very cheery card, I have to say. There. Hugs and Wishes there. And then on the inside, we're going to put our sentiment, "It's your day." Okay. And let's see where we want that before I adhere that. And I want to put it right about so. Let's see how I like this. Maybe I want to move it down just a little bit. Okay, mine doesn't want to stay very well, so maybe it just needs some time to... There you go. Give it a good crease and now it sticks. So this is what they call an easel card, and isn't that cute? So very festive indeed. I think anybody would be happy to get a birthday card like this. Okay, so this is card number 1. I'm going to put that aside for now, and we're going to move on to card number 2. Get my mess a little bit out of the way here. So card number 2, we are going to use the blue hydrangea card base. We are going to have a couple more labels again. We are going to pop out a bunch of the bigger flowers. So our instructions here show you which flowers to pop out, which I have done. And we're going to use that same stamp, and then we're going to use "It's Your Day" and "Birthday Wishes" again. And we'll use our tearing tape for the back of our design and some foliage. Okay, so let's see what we can do. All right. I'm going to open this now. Let's see. I'm going to fold these where it's shown. Get a good crease in there. Okay, and I'm going to guess it's going to go like that. So we're going to want to stamp fold this and kind of get an idea of where I want to stamp this. Maybe like so. Okay, put that out of the way. And then we are going to stamp "It's Your Day" and "Birthday Wishes." Did I put those away? I believe I did. Okay, we're going to need those back out. Okay. And then let me see if I have another block in here, which I do. Okay. It's kind of nice after you receive so many paper pumpkin boxes, or card kits, I should say. You collect enough of these nice blocks, acrylic blocks for stamping, which is really nice. Okay, it's your day. We've got that done. All right, I'm going to take a second, folks, to clean my stamps on my chamois. Okay. Put that out of the way for a sec. All right. Now it looks like we are going to take this die cut, flip it over, and put some tear and tape on it. Okay, we've got that. We're going to flip over our sentiments and add some Stampin' Dimensionals. Again, we'll have 3 on the back of each. Okay, and then let us look at our foliage. Okay. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, and these we're going to use our little, there we are, there's the camera, hello. Sorry, I'm out of the camera. Okay. All right, so I think we've got all of our adhesive on those parts. Now we're going to go back into our flowers and the Stampin' Dimensionals. So let's get all of our little flowers turned over here and get our dimensionals on there. Okay, so those are all in there. All right, now for the assembly. Okay, I'm going to move some of this aside so I have a little bit of room to work. So it looks like we're going to open our card like this. Again, I want to make sure I've got that right. So yes, now we're going to start by attaching our large die cut here. Let me see how I want to do this. So just going to kind of wing it here. Oops, sorry, can you see it? All right, let's move this down just a little bit. There. Okay. Then I'm going to attach my flower or my leaves here. Let's see how I want to do that. Think like so. Yeah. Okay. Gotta be careful. These, I think I almost tore that one, so gotta be really careful removing those backings. I don't know if the take your pick tool will help or not. I feel like it would tear it too, so I don't want to. Just be really careful when you peel off those backings. Okay. Well, that one kind of tore a little bit there. I think I got it back together. Okay, so we're just going to put it like so. A little tap, tap, tap to adhere those. And then we'll do the same with this one. Take off her backings. These are very delicate, so it's very tricky. I got one more to remove here. All right. Now, let's see here. Oh, it's to stick to me. All right, and we're just going to kind of go over the top like so. Okay, now let's see what we want to do next. I feel like I should put the Hooray in there first and then put the flowers around it. So let's find our Hooray sticker. There it is. And I'm just going to put it like so. It's your day. All right, so we've got that on there. Now we're ready to put some flowers on. Let's see what we're going to do first here. See which ones we have. I think that one goes up here. And then we're going to do, I think that one there. And these two down here. And then we'll do the little white one up here. Oops. And the little orange one right up there. Okay, let's get to adhering. Oh, that came right off. Let's try that again. Don't know my own strength tonight, apparently. There we go. All right, and then we will do the same with the top. And the little bitty one is next. All right, and we're just going to put that right in there. I kind of think I want it down a little bit if I can get it down. Maybe down there. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, then on the inside we're going to have our sentiment with on the label, and it's going to read birthday wishes. Okay. We're just going to put it like so. I think that's about right. Let's see. We'll soon find out. Oh, I think I did do that right. Okay. Well, that's kind of weird. I think I put that down there too far, you guys. I think it should have gone up top. Yeah, I don't think that's right. So, lesson learned there. This should have been put up on this top up here and gone upward so that it stands up. I don't know if it's going to let me do that. Because, yeah, I don't think it's going to let me do that because it's got the tear and tape on there. But what I could do to salvage this is just cut this off across the top and use this as just the top of another card, so it doesn't bend. So lesson learned there. Okay, so now you know what not to do when you assemble this card. Move this up higher on this card base. Okay? Alright, that's card number 2. Next we have card number 3. Let me get some of this mess out of my way because it kind of bothers me. I don't like messes. Alright, it's a little better. Alright, card base number 3. And let's see what this card does. Okay, this does the same thing. They're all easel cards, it looks like. So we're going to fold that there. And then it's already got the fold here. This camera is just completely off tonight. Is that better? Gosh. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we've got that card. And let's see what we're going to do. We're going to use this lovely stamp again. And it's going to go right here. And I want to kind of see after I folded it where it's going to go. So that gives me an idea of where I want this. Okay, now I think on their sample they had theirs closer, but I'm doing it my way. So you do how you want to do it. Alright, so we've got that on there. I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to get my labels here. I thought I had 2, but I don't see them. So luckily we have more. You can just pop out. Okay. And we are going to use Hugs and Wishes again. And, oh, this time we're not using It's Your Day. Okay. We're going to take that one off. Here it is, Hugs and Wishes. We need that back out. All right. Tap, tap, tap. Okay. And then we want birthday wishes. And even though I'm using the same stamps over and over on the same cards, I still clean them after each use. That way the ink doesn't get splotchy and kind of caked on my stamp or anything. It rarely happens, but you just don't want it to ever happen. So it just takes a couple of seconds to clean your stamps in between usage. And then, you know, if you get in that habit, then you just know they're clean. Okay. So put that over there. All right. I think we're done with the ink for now. So put that aside. All right, now let's see what we're going to do here. We need to take this, flip it over. It doesn't matter which direction, near as I can tell. So we're going to use our tear and tape. Put a couple strips on the back. All right. We're done with the tear and tape, I believe, and then we're going to grab some Stampin' Dimensionals, put on the back of our sentiment labels. Hope everybody's been having a good summer, and let me know if you've done any traveling this summer, if you've taken some trips, taken a mini vacay. Okay. All right, those are done. Now I'm going to take my leaves here, some adhesive on the back of those. All right. And then once again, our flowers are going to have the Stampin' Dimensionals. So let's flip those over and get going on those. Now this looks like it's going to have a bunch more, so I'm going to put some glue on these, adhesives on these, and then I'll see what other ones I need. Okay, push those up. Oh, you know what? We have to go back on the others and put the little yellow stems in the center of the flowers. Okay, now I need my flowers back because we need to have some of the little, looks like the really light little pink flowers here, the really small pink ones. So let's see if we can't find some of those. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. All right, I think that is everything that needs adhesive for now. And then we can do our insert. Now let me think about this and see if we could do this one right. All right, this is probably going to go up like this. I'm just going to do a little dry run, as they say. Oh, it's going to be like this, maybe. Oh, that's it. So now I get it. Okay. This is why we put the tape on the back like this. Okay, that makes sense to me now. Okay, so we have our card base like this. Fold it like this. And we have our die cut that has the tape at the bottom, the 2 strips of adhesive at the bottom. That's what we're going to put here on this flap here. Okay. All right, so let's do that. Okay, and I'm going to put that right about make sure that glue is covered. Okay, I think it's going to be stuck now, so we'll even on mine, but it didn't get quite centered, but it is what it is. Okay, then we're going to take our leaf and put that on there. Again, be really careful when you remove the backings, because this is another delicate little die cut for us. I call these die cuts. I think that's what they are, right? right. Does anybody have any July birthdays in their family? Okay, I'm going to kind of put that over to the left like it shows in the diagram. So we'll see how we like this one when we're done. Okay. All right. Trying to decide if I want to put my happy on there first. I kind of feel like I do. Let me look at that. Let me get my happy on. Okay. Their happy sticker. Be really careful removing that. Other things want to come off with me. Okay. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and put my happy down here just because I think it's going to help me with my flowers. So I'm just going to go for it. Okay, there we've got that. Got our birthday wishes. I'm going to put that on. Okay, thank you, Roger, for your letting me know that you can hear me okay. It's always a surprise, right? I feel like I want to move this up a little bit closer to the there. Okay, so now we're going to adhere these gorgeous flowers. Oops, I lost one. There it is. All right, let's see which ones we want to put on here first. I'm just going to do, again, a dry run. You never know, I might move these around if I don't like them. And then we've got these little pink flowers kind of tucked in everywhere. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and adhere this one. I'm putting down all the larger flowers first. That just kind of helps me figure out what I'm going to do with these little ones. And I'm trying to decide if I want to bring that up a little bit. There. Kind of want that. Oh, you could kind of bring these up a little bit. That's kind of fun too. Bend them upward. Of course, they're going to be in the envelope, so, but you know, that could be kind of cute. Let's get this one here too. And then, one more little flower. Kind of has those grouped together, but I think I'm going to put mine right down there. I like that little triangular effect that we have. And then we're going to take our label, peel the backings off of it. And let's fold this over and see where we're at with our easel. Okay, about like so I think is good. Maybe like that. Okay. Okay. So then we have our easel card like that. Now we need to go back and get the little fillers on our flowers, the centers. Okay. Now the trick is to match which is which. So the larger ones, I'm going to pop these out here. Oh, isn't that fun? That makes a big difference, doesn't it? And then we're going to need some little baby ones. So pretty. What do you guys think? How do you like it? Oh. Gonna put those on all the centers of the little flowers. And let's see, this one's a medium one, so I think it goes here. This one we're just going to kind of tuck up there. There. Now we have our centers. Looks much better. And look at that. What do you think? Isn't that cute? It's got a little shiny in the center too, so that it's fun. It catches the light. Okay, that's super adorbs. Okay, I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to go back to the second card that we did that I messed up, right? But I'm still going to go ahead and put the centers on those. And for those of you that might just be joining us, I did not assemble this second card correctly because I should have moved this die cut further up. Long story short, I should have moved it further higher up. So it's okay though. Life will go on. It's going to be okay. We're now just getting all the centers on our flowers. And they have different sized centers for the size to match the size of the flower. So they've thought of all of that. And let's see here. And I'll do this little baby one here. Oh my goodness, some of these are so tiny. Okay, so that's done also very pretty. Okay, and then I need to go back to the very first card that we did and get our centers on there. Not sure those have such a large center, so I'm going to look and see if maybe I want a smaller one. Some of these are pretty small. Okay. Oh. Okay. That wants to slide. Okay, I think I'm gonna get a new one. I don't like the way that's working, so let's get a new one. These are really kind of tricky. They're so small, some of these. Take your pick tool to the rescue. If you don't have one, you should get one. All right, let's see what other sizes I want here. I think I might go a little bit bigger on some of these. I think that is a good size there. Down a bit smaller. And let's see here. There we go. Okay, there's that one. And I think this one we need just a little bit larger one. Okay, so now we have the centers for all of our flowers, and that's card number 1. Remember to bend that so that it stays. Okay, so if you can see this. Okay, so you guys, that's all 3 of our cards that we made tonight. The easel cards. Hooray for birthdays was the theme. Don't forget that after you make your cards to send your cards. But I want to tell you something about next month's Paper Pumpkin Kit. It is Kindred Greetings is the theme, and you will see that it has this textured card base, and of course envelopes, but it's like a really cool die cut. So be sure to subscribe. You can do so between July 11th and August 10th, so you still have time. And remember that Stampin' Up! Is offering that 25% off promotion for a first-time Paper Pumpkin subscriber when you do a pay-as-you-go. And this is September's Paper Pumpkin Kit also. So you want to be sure to get subscribed. You can go to my online store, which is RebeccaK_1.stampinup.net. Okay? I want to thank you for joining me tonight, and if you come back and watch the replay, please make a comment. Let me know you stopped by and how you liked the video. Did you put your kit together with me, or will you be assembling it later? Anyway, again, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate your joining me, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your evening and come back next month when we have a new Paper Pumpkin Kit together. Thank you. Bye-bye.